I can make such a good video. Stay away off of my mic test. But anyways, I want to talk about this first today. Then I want to talk about I think it was Rory McDonald talking about facing Robbie Lawler in the trilogy at the White House card. You guys know, second fight, probably the greatest fight of all time. There's the opener to UFC 2. You would download the game, go into it, and that was the first fight you had. But that will be next video. Oleksandr Usyk not only wants to fight Jake Paul, but he wants to fight him in MMA. He said soon I'll close the books on boxing, and after that I'll be waiting for you in the cage. Let's see if you got the balls or just a hunger for hype. Let's go. Now, I don't need to introduce you guys to Oleksandr Usyk. He's coming off of two wins over Tyson Fury, a win over Daniel Dubois by knockout. His second one. Let me make sure of that actually. Yeah, but you see, he started his career on an absolute tear. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 knockouts to start his career. And when you look at Jake Paul, right? 12-1, the problem child, probably one of the biggest heroes inside the MMA game, and that's why I love him. I cheer for the bad guys, you know, as I'm a John Jones fan. But you know, I want to see Jake Paul take the next step. And what I think the next step really would be is one, I think he's going to do the gimmick fights because they make the most money. Him versus Nick Diaz make more money than most UFC pay-per-views do. Fighting Ben Askren, fighting Mike Tyson was the biggest event last year, right? And what he does perfectly is, you know, he came from Vine, went into YouTube, and dominated the YouTube space. He knows how to play the game. He knows how to play the heel, how to play the face. And when I want to say this, I did not like Jake Paul when he started the Team 10 shit or whatever you want to call it. But you know, what stood out to me back then was, you know, him, Logan, you know, the other house that they had over there was that they were all friends and they all did a really good job at building the narrative that they wanted to put on YouTube. And that's exactly what Jake Paul has done in the boxing game. He wants to build this narrative where he is always going to be the heel. People are always going to root against him. People are always going to watch him to see him lose. But, you know, this guy is wickedly talented, man. You cannot, you cannot avoid that. You know, he had these two fights in the middle of the Mike Perry and Nate Diaz fight, and that was, you know, a bunch of ranked boxers, but nobody knows who Ryan Berland and Andre August are, let's be totally honest. Um, and that's why, at least in today's age, I know that Jake Paul grew up a UFC fan. His dad, uh, let them watch it young, like me, like probably all of you. But you know, this character that he has made, where he's going from Chavez Jr. to Javante Davis, I think a lot of people are going to lose sight of the fact that, like Jake Paul said Gervonta Davis has been boxing heavyweights since he was a kid. Jake Paul got in this game. When did he debut? 2020? So he's been in the game for 5 years. 5 years, right? You can compare it to any other fighter who has, started their career within 5 years. Who, who is facing Anderson Silva that early on? Who is facing Nate Diaz that early on? Tommy Fury that early on? You go look at Floyd Mayweather's career. Go look at all of these other boxers and how they had their records. This guy's fucking doing amazing things. Incredible things. Um, but can he do it at the level of these guys who have been boxing since their youth? Have been, you know, well, fuck, what was I going to say there? Shit. Um, one sec. Oh, yeah. So, Oleksandr Usyk, right? Grew up in Ukraine. All this stuff going on over there, the, reptilian shapeshifters doing what they do. But, this will be a story like no other. If Jake Paul truly can pull this off, and maybe they do what they've been talking about with Francis Ngannou and Deontay Wilder, where they do one boxing, one MMA. And you guys remember Jake Paul signed with the PFL. He's on their board. But the PFL is a flaming pile of dog shit, and I think that Jake Paul sees that. I think Francis Ngannou sees that. Um, well, like this again, he wrestled in high school. I think he wrestled in college, if I'm mistaken. I know for sure they both did in high school, 100%. But I hope I'm painting the picture right. I hope you guys see what I'm saying. And like the way that I am is that I want to see everyone succeed, even if I disagree with them. I don't care. And what people fail to forget is that Jake Paul brought a ton of eyes into the fight game that wouldn't have been here before. Whether they are fans of Jake, whether they hate Jake Paul, this guy is next to Conor McGregor as far as reviving boxing, as far as getting people into the gym, getting people to go train. And when the whole YouTube boxing thing started, it was, they did the Logan Paul KSI fight, which the first one went to a draw, the second one KSI won. They did that intentionally. They wanted to double dip, which, again, they absolutely should have done. They really had gold with, this the whole YouTube drama shit. Now they have Prime together, which they've made hundreds of millions of dollars off of. So my hope with what Jake Paul is doing inside, our niche here is he's showing people how to be the good guy, how to be the bad guy, and he's really giving us a peek behind the curtain that we have not seen before. The only question is, does he want to compete for a title? Which he has said. Does he want to commit to one division and go through actual contenders? He has said that. And I do believe whatever he does, this guy is going to draw a bunch of hate to him because he's really damn good at his job. Um, I need to stop saying how good. I say way too much. So, what I want to leave this video off as is whether you are a fan, whether you are a hater, we all comment when Jake Paul is fighting. We all comment when these fights are alluded to, fights are announced. And each time, whether you're going to an illegal stream or not, you're giving them attention. And that's what the fight game is all about. But that's what I got. Let me know what you think about this down below. Do you want to see Jake Paul fight Oleksandr Usyk after Tank Davis? Do you think that that would be the most fucking hilarious timeline in boxing? Let me know what you think down below. I'm gonna go record a video on Robbie Lawler and Rory McDonald. I can't speak. Robbie Lawler and Rory McDonald wanting to have the trilogy at the White House. So go watch this. Go watch that when it's uploaded. I love each and every one of you. God bless you all. Later.